All right, well, a small reprieve for nearly 2 million New Yorkers who receive SNAP benefits. The Trump administration announcing it will partially fund the food assistance benefits, despite previous threats to cancel payments because of the government shutdown.
So joining us this morning is Quinn, the CEO and president of Win, which is the largest provider of housing and supportive services for family with children. So Christine, good morning to you. Thanks for spending part of your morning with us.
Of course. Thank you.
Can you talk about, first of all, how many families does your organization serve, and do they all rely on SNAP benefits?
So 98% of our residents rely on SNAP benefits. We house 7,000 people a night, half of whom are children. You know, right now in the New York City shelters, 70% of the people in shelter are families with children. There are actually more homeless children in New York City than there are seats in Yankee Stadium. These are the people who the president was trying to deny food benefits for. And even now with the court's ruling, we are only going to see people getting half of their food stamp benefits and only for the month of November. So at Win, we have set off on an emergency fundraising drive so we can buy gift cards for families so they can have the full amount of food that they need. And if, God forbid, the shutdown goes past November, we'll be able to keep it going as well.
So what is the average monthly payment for families, and how far does that even go here in New York?
Well, it's a very good question, because right now when someone is living on SNAP in our shelter, again, 98%, they also utilize our food pantries in each shelter and go to the neighborhood food bank. So what they're getting in most cases isn't really even enough to fully nutritiously support a family. So if you take that away or take that down, you're really going to be lost. And we're at a situation where the food banks are so terrific, but because of other federal cuts, they're already stretched to the limits, and now it's going to be even more difficult. Governor Hochul has stepped forward with over $100 million and has smartly engaged schools, and schools will at some point soon be giving second lunches so children can take those home. That will be helpful, but what we really need is for these monies to come back in full as soon as possible.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about those food banks, even those federal workers that are not getting paid right now, also using those food banks at this time. But can you explain again what this decision to resume partial payments from the Trump administration actually means for the beneficiaries? So how soon will they see the money loaded back onto their cards?
So the courts ruled that the president has to use this reserve fund in the Department of Agriculture and the USDA to fund food stamps. Food stamps cost SNAP, about $9 billion a month across the country.
Okay.
There's only $4.8 billion in that fund, so they can only fund partial payments. The court has ruled that the benefits have to start tomorrow, but the federal government is saying it could take some states as long as 2 weeks. We don't yet know what New York is saying about time, so it's only going to be half the money at best, only for November, and there could be a 2-week lag where people don't have any benefits at all.
And that means food banks are still facing a big strain. I mean, how is Win handling this?
Well, we've done two things. With the support of the Department of Homeless Services, we have stocked our on-site food pantries in each shelter to the gills. We've gotten everything we could get into them quickly. We also last week raised an additional $600,000, and we're going to use that to purchase gift cards to give to our clients so they can go to supermarkets in the neighborhood and buy the food their family needs. And we urge anyone who would want to support that to go to our website, winnyc.org, 2 ends, and help us with our emergency SNAP fundraising efforts.